What's up, guys? What works better on a nice rainy fall day like today here in New Jersey than some tea? So today we're going to be looking at Maple Matcha by David's Tea. Now, matcha is a very concentrated green tea that has about 5 to 6 times the antioxidants that traditional green tea would have. And maple, obviously, for anyone who's ever had syrup before, is a very distinctive but sweet and, to me personally, delicious flavor. I've been to Vermont so many times and always go for their maple candies that are made with pure maple syrup. And maple syrup in itself is kind of different than the syrup like a lot of people buy on the shelves of supermarkets like Aunt Jemima and all that, because that's not real maple syrup. Real maple syrup is actually a premium price tag, usually going for like 12 bucks for like a little container of it. Now, maple matcha is a little different. Maple matcha has natural maple flavoring, cane sugar, and green tea in it. So I really don't like the inclusion of cane sugar in here, but I guess that's to add a little bit more sweetness to it. Matcha in itself, when it's just pure ceremonial and like straight green tea, can be a little bitter to anyone who isn't a fan of green tea or people who don't know the different distinctions between the grades of green tea. So maple matcha I picked up a little while ago, and I figured perfect day to finally try it out. I want something sweet, I want something different, and I just really want to get back into drinking tea since it's getting colder out. Now, this says, we gave this all-natural stone ground matcha the Canadian treatment with a sweet drizzle of maple syrup. Delicious on its own or as a tasty tea latte. Now, per serving, it says to use 5 to 7 matcha spoons, and it's only 30 calories, and it does have medium caffeine. Now, that's going to depend on how many matcha scoops you actually use. Now, with matcha, you don't just steep it like regular tea, for anyone who doesn't know. You actually have to kind of whisk it into a broth. Picture like almost making, I would hate to say chocolate milk using like Nesquik, but it's very much like that. And if not consumed within a decent time period, it actually will start to separate, so you will have to whisk it again. So while we're waiting for this to cool down a little bit, we don't want it to separate. It's been cooling down for about 5 to 6 minutes now, so let's take a couple sips and let's see what maple matcha is about. Taking small sips because it is still a little bit hot, but immediately from taking those sips, you really get a nice overtone of maple, and it's very relaxing and very cool at that point. I love the flavor of maple. I think maple is one of the best flavors we can have in anything. It has a really weird sweetness that's definitely different than sugar. And that's why it's made into lollipops and candies and stuff up in Vermont, and probably in Canada too. When it comes to the green tea flavor, the green tea flavor is definitely there. I think the maple is a little stronger than the green tea, but you do have those undertones of green tea, which green tea to me is a nice flavored tea when you get the right, I guess I'll call it a grade of it, because there's certain green teas that are definitely stronger, like sencha, compared to commercialized green teas that we normally have. Now this tastes a little bit more of like a regular mellow green tea. And with the maple, it adds like a nice natural sweetener to it. So picture green tea with just kind of maple syrup in it. And most people throw sugar in tea, throw agave, things like that. But this adds a flavor all its own. And I think this will be a nice breakfast tea or dessert tea when you think about it, because the tones of maple really, to me, iterate with the fall, really iterate with just colder weather, but happiness at the same time, if that makes any sense. And I think maple matcha is definitely a tea that if you can get your hands on it, it's worth the try. It's very good. Matcha does have a nice shelf life to it, so you don't have to worry about, using it all up at once. And I think people will enjoy this, especially those people who want to like green tea for all the health benefits it gives, but don't really like maybe the bitterness of it. The maple will mellow that out, guys. That's my little quick review of Maple Matcha by David's Tea. If you guys have had it, leave your thoughts down in the comment section below. As always, thank you for watching. like, share, subscribe. Until next time, I'll catch you later, guys. Stay safe out there. See you, bye.